Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here. I have a do-over that I have to do. I recorded a process video for this page. It's my design team page for case number 464 with Color Stories Inspiration, and otherwise known as CSI, of course. It's a great scrapbooking challenge, and I've got all this evidence and testimony and a scheme, a color scheme, and then I've got an inspiration photo. I when I set about looking for the supplies for this page, I looked at the color scheme, and I found this background paper that had every color in the color scheme except the orange. So I did some orange rub-ons here, and I have the little orange banner here, and an orange butterfly, and an orange title. That's a Heidi swap. Little chipboard scallop strip here, and a pumpkin and an orange flower and an orange leaf falling. So and there's a little orange here. So I've kind of added the orange in. You could take it as yellow, but I'm going to take it as brown, this kind of khaki brown color that's there. So you can see on your screen the design I've used. There was a spot here that this photo fit in. This photo was rescued from one of the pages I had to destroy in my RoachGate project, and I had a small set of puffy stickers that are tiny. They're from Paper House, and I believe I got them at a retreat with Sandy and of Scrapping Reflections, and because she's on the design team for Paper House, and I believe at the retreat in 2021, I believe there were some Paper House supplies given out. Just about everything else is Vicky Booten. This clock is fuzzy cut from a page. This is Paige Evans. I wanted I'll go through the list of evidence and kind of show you what I have where. Okay, the first thing we need is stripes, and of course the stripes on the awnings there. A harlequin pattern, and I probably could have drawn in with ink a harlequin pattern there, kind of like is on the hot air balloon, but I didn't actually. You know what, folks? As I look at this now, Paige Evans' balloon has a harlequin pattern, so I can put a check mark there. Brick pattern, I don't think I have. Autumn themed items, I have falling leaves, and I have a pumpkin. These metal oak leaves or along those lines. Balloons, I've got a hot air balloon, and it actually has the kind of beige color for the basket and the blues, so it kind of fits in with the color scheme. Birds or bird cages I don't have anywhere. I was looking to see if I had a birdcage stamp, because I was going to stamp a birdcage inside the window behind these flowers, but I haven't found it. If I find one that's the right size, I may add that down the road just for me. Clouds, I've got a cloud. Trees and foliage, I've got falling leaves all over the place. Pumpkins, I just have one. Clock or timepiece, I've got that. Sky elements, cloud, sun, etc. There's the sun behind the cloud there. Banners, bunting, pennants, I've got that. Wicker basket right here on the hot air balloon. Weaving, you can see a weaving pattern there in that basket, so I'm going to check that off. And let's see. Something curly. There's this little bow that's one of the laser cuts from the Flower Emporium is the main collection that I've used here. Hearts. I've got my puffy hearts that are from that Paper House sticker set. Dangle something. I've got this little safety pin thing. I don't think you can see that. I'll pull this up and kind of show you how I put that down. This is it's a safety pin with a big kind of rounded bottom. So I'm hanging this little tag here and I'm attaching it with the foam that's on the back of the sticker there. Okay, whoops. I didn't mean to do that. Okay, there we go. And then, okay, so that's something, dangle something, and something metal. That safety pin is metal, so that counts. And Nuvo drops, these beautiful smoky blue Nuvo drops were a gift of several different colors of blue Nuvo drops that I got a few years back from my bestie, Sharon. And a big shout out to Sharon. She's in the midst of a life-altering kind of process right now, and I'm wishing her absolutely the very, very best outcome. Let's see. So that's the evidence. The color scheme is the bluish gray, bluish green gray, and then there's a Dutch white, sort of a cream color, and a greenish brownish khaki-ish color, and an orange, a mellow orange, and a pale greenish bluish gray is how those are described. So I've got the pale blue along here. I've got that dark grayish blue in this Bramble Fox Star. I've got, and in those Nuvo drops and this cloud, they're the two colors of the beige and brown, the cream and the brown there, and same here. I've got that kind of mellow orange there, and there's those sequin leaves are orange. So I've got all that in there. When I journal here, it'll probably be right up here on the grid part. I will handwrite some journaling, and I will, one of the prompt ideas here is to journal from the perspective of a bird's eye view, and that kind of fits this photo. I will try to when I do personal journaling, I typically like to do it after I've photographed the page for publication on social media. So you probably won't see that journaling out there, but I love this page, and I didn't want it to go by without having some sort of a video. But I encourage you to go check out CSI Challenge on Facebook. They'll point you to the full blog post and where there'll be some examples, including this one. And it's just really fun. Twice a month you get a new case, and you get your evidence and your testimony and your scheme, and you can follow any or all of it. You know, I didn't have to, sometimes I like to try to put everything I can on there. Other times I see something and I come up with a page and I'll just have a few of these things. I'll solve the case with fewer clues. In this case, I had to solve the case with lots of clues. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Sorry I didn't have the full process, but it really wasn't, you can kind of see what I did. This title was acetate, so I pasted it down, and then I added this and kind of pushed it together a little bit so that it would kind of come out. I love having a raccoon in the store window. I added this can with these flowers in it to kind of reinforce that blue theme we had going on there with just pops of orange. So So I love this page. Thank you for watching. Bye.